History, one of the definitions of history is that it defines who you are and why you are the way you are.
Mhm.
So if you don't know your history, you cannot truly know who you really are.
But let's talk about that point for a moment because I know in a lot of magazines, I know some television programs, even some of the programs that trace people's heritage will, the individual will initially say, I heard that I had Native American in my blood. And then when they go through the program or the DNA test or the individual does ancestry trait on that individual, they will move them away from that.
Well, again, I think you have to be very, very careful when you're going with those things. And again, because the people who are doing them don't may not really know the actual history, and they are going by maybe colonial laws that said that that if you had one drop of African blood, then you are now a Negro. But the problem is that some of those people who were being defined as African were not African at all. They were defined that because of the laws that made slave an African equivalent. So what happened was these laws again turned these people into something that they were not.
And now that you've changed the individual to something, or you've relabeled them or reclassified them or re-identified who they are, and now it gets back to today, where a group of people can't really relate to what they're being taught. And so, since I can't relate to the individual or to the culture that is being taught to me about who I am or where I'm from, if the culture exists at all, and so they move away from their community, they move away from family and respect to the elders, and they become distracted with whatever it is that they can get themselves involved with that'll make themselves feel better about what they're doing because we've lost who we are.
It was enlightening. Of course, I'm not alone with this journey of connecting genealogy. It's a process where it allows you to say that okay, you're not just a story out of a book. You're literally connected to the world before the genocide occurred regarding for church and state in combination. So I'm glad to know that I'm not alone with this journey.